It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we've got the Seahawks' versatile running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week.
The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win. There's certainly some momentum to build on today.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Play action on first down. Complete to DK Metcalf. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Byron Murphy there to make the play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Pass play coming here. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. 1st and 10 from the 41. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Jordan Stout's headed out to punt it away on 4th. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The Seahawks and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And in the closing stretch of this season, right now he is poised to finish as the league leader in receiving yards. Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Now looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again, following the sack. Hits him on the in route. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. The Rams showing a nickel look. Third down coming up. Pass play now. Finds his target, Hall. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They'll run the counter. And he scampers ahead and gets two on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 48, he completes it in traffic. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. So now here's 3rd and 5. They'll try and throw it here. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That's 1 quarter down in our Christmas Eve contest. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Back now for the 2nd quarter, and the Seahawks, they've got to look towards the end zone. Throwing on 2nd and 4. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
From the gun on third down. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Rams headed back after their second drive now. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Bronk. It's 10-0 partway through here. Throwing now on first down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Up the gut they go with Williams. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 46. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
The Seahawk offense taking the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and 4 coming up now. From midfield now. It's complete to Whittington. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Metcalf there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Hall crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks parlay the interception into points. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Seahawks take a 3-possession lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Rams headed out to the field now. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That one's complete, right side. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Dump off caught by his back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Seahawks are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st down, they'll run. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D-tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bad when you could defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
Throw on 3rd down. Metcalf's got it. Complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They go play action on 1st. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. It's the Seahawks looking at 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Out come the Rams on offense. They haven't come up with an answer quite yet on the scoreboard, and they take over down 20-0. Throwing from the gun here. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel it in. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Defense too much. The Seahawks drag him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Laporta with the grab. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's second. To the air, third and long. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So that brings up fourth down. Jordan Stout on now to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Seahawks headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
This is our last chance.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. To throw here on first down. Completed to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Komet brings it in. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Looking for a throw here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Rams are going to use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Fourth down punt from the Seahawks. And that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
So well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the third quarter underway. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He gets 6 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a first down. Option design here. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll get it up to the 44. Call it 1 yard there. Tough sledding the last couple of runs. It's 4th and 2.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Take him out. Flying.
The Rams are set to punt. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead. And that's going to award their offense a first down.
Automatic first down.
This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this first down. Here's a throw. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now it's 2nd down. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
All right. Jump offside.
He's going to throw this one. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
The Rams are set to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideout. And he hasn't been a stranger to the end zone this season. No, sir, including on their prior drive, Brock. A pretty important touchdown for him when you look at his season total. Going back in the backfield, and they give it to him. In the middle holes, they don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. They're throwing it. Able to hit Hall, complete. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
3rd down, give to Hall. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Give them the leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Finds his target, Hall. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. It's caught Metcalf. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball there to haul it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Buying some time right. He takes it himself. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. And the Rams add a man to the secondary. We've got 5 in the nickel, third down. And he's brought down for a loss. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. For the third time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This is going to be a tough one, 55 yards away. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Rams set to go on offense once more. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman Jr., and they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. On now comes their punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. The Seahawks have the football, and they're in great shape with this sizable lead. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throw reeled in by Whittington. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a gain of 4, and they're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. Throwing now on first down. He finds Laporta. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. To throw it on first down. Oh, tried forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. Reek Woolen with the INT.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. They'll run here on first down. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's a quick pass, caught outright. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running back sent in motion. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they bring him down around the 34. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll run it from the gun. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Back-to-back carries here. Jukes one defender. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A gain of 6, and that brings up an interesting 4th and short call.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get in that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
So yet again, they're turning to him to try to put 3 on the board. This, 42 yards from the right hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that will add to their score.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have him be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Rams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
They'll throw on first. Finds Laporta.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Here's 2nd and 7. Try and push it deep downfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Dropping back to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Rick Woolen with the INT. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks grow their lead yet again. So it's a win for the Seahawks. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire.